So Spencer, our usual catch up. First of all, how are you doing?
Yeah, we're all good. We're all good.
So if we just kind of start talking our way through the week then, let's start with the Tunbridge victory, 4-1. What are your thoughts on it?
You played very well. Great pitch. Very well looked after by everyone at Tunbridge, and you saw the very best of us. And we know about it. We know, we are a very good young technical side, and I thought we were excellent on the day, and probably should have scored quite a few more. Certainly when you talk about penalties and chances that we had. But Tunbridge had a really good home record, so let's enjoy the moment. We know the good bits about us, and we know the things we need to improve. But overall, it was an excellent footballing performance. Really big win away from home, and we move on to the next one.
So if we then start to head towards Saturday, this is normally where I ask you about a team update, but there's not much updates at the moment with the transfer window closed, and we kind of know where everyone is in terms of injuries. So I guess what I'll ask you is, what do you focus on in training while we're coming that end of the season?
Look, we're just ticking over, to be honest. We've got a couple of lads missing today for different reasons. Clearly, it's likely to be an almost identical squad on Saturday. Obviously, Luch, we'll be lucky to see him again this season. Look, they're just ticking over. I'm not going to beat around it. It's difficult. We've done our work for Chesham. We know what we're likely to face. We're into the last 3 weeks, and we're all happy, which is what we want. We want to win football games. So they're working hard out there right now, and we look forward to Saturday.
So let's talk about Chesham then. I think it's a ground we've not visited since August 21. What do you think the match is going to be like?
I think it's going to be horrible. Chesham, their management, I've got so much time for. They've had a wonderful season. They're very honest about the state of their pitch. Our pitch is not great at the moment either. A lot of the grass pitches are struggling as we've come into spring. We've had such a wet winter, and then they've dried out, and it's so hard for the groundsman to try and get them level, unless you're pouring an absolute fortune of water onto the pitch, and even then. So look, we know it's going to be a very, very difficult surface, completely opposite to what we played last week, more akin to what St Albans was like. The slope, it's a really tough place to go. I don't think it'd be the greatest football game, if I'm honest. It's a scrappy, fighting, bobbly pitch. And Chesham are full of experienced men. They've got a massive squad. They've had a fabulous season. Brilliant result on Saturday at Torquay. And we had a really tough game with them only, whatever it was, 6-8 weeks ago. So we know what to expect. I think it's a really interesting challenge for our young team, is can they physically go up against a side of that stature, experience and size, and battle. We know we can play great technical football, and everyone that was at Tunbridge and at multiple times this season has seen we can do that. Can we show the other side of it on a difficult pitch? It's going to be really hot as well, so it's going to be a real tough game. And as I said, we want to take something out of the last few games of the season, and I think this is a really interesting challenge for us. We know that we've got to fight first contacts, second contacts, and try and play our game when we can. And as I said, let's see if we can rise to the challenge yet again.
And let's just take a moment to mention the fans. They've been there week in, week out the past 3 weeks at Eastbourne and St Albans and Tunbridge. Are you looking forward to seeing them again on Saturday?
Yeah, look, I think that you've got the real hardcore now that are travelling away. We all accept, our season is well and truly over as far as challenging, but we're still fighting. As I said, I was delighted for them. We played some really good football last week, and we were really in the game at Eastbourne for 55 minutes. St Albans was a scrap, and as I said, you can only play the conditions. There's some fantastic people that we go to see at our clubs, and we take fantastic supporters to these games. And I never forget, and I make sure the players don't forget, that they're parting with their hard-earned money and travelling around the country to support us. And we need to put absolutely everything into that game. We don't just throw it away and not focus. So we're very, very grateful for them, and we'll be all the way to the end. And we've only got a few weeks to go, and then we'll go into that horrible off-season where we'll all be missing it much. So as much as it is such a tough place to go, Chesham, we've got some old friends there, some old players, great management, lovely club who have done so well this season. So it's a challenge that everyone involved with Farnborough will look forward to, and hopefully we can go and get the right result.
And one last question: are you looking forward to returning home back to the stadium next Friday?
Yeah, great. Another really tough game. We'll talk about it, I'm sure, before. But, a Bath side that's absolutely rampant under a new manager. Just had a big 5-0 away win. So, yeah, 4 away games on the spin is tough. So, yeah, can't wait to get back home. And as I said, it'll all be over so quickly. Work has already started towards next season. We're speaking to players, current players, and players that potentially want to come to us. And it never ends really. But yeah, can't wait to be back to Farnborough for Easter Friday.
Cheers, Spencer, and good luck Saturday.
Thanks a lot, Mike.